This is the Good Government Show.
Kent County has in it the city of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And Grand Rapids, Michigan is probably one of America's best kept secrets. I think I just gave it away. For those that don't know, never been to Grand Rapids, it's a very dynamic community. Soccer as a sport in the United States is now catching up with the rest of the world. We look at it as an investment in our future because we're trying to attract businesses to come from all over the world to this particular region of Michigan. Good government is being able to have a cohesive working group that isn't going to be yelling or screaming at each other, but sitting down and looking at the hard facts and making decisions that are in the best interest of the people.
There's a lot of building going on in Grand Rapids, Michigan. On today's show, one of the Kent County Commissioners will tell you it's a city that's expanding with several new projects. Welcome to the Good Government Show. I'm Dave Martin. First, help us share the message of good government by liking us and sharing us where we are. On Facebook, X, YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Please share our show with your friends and review us where you're listening. And join our Good Government Show community. Check out our website for the link. When I talked with Commissioner Walter Bujak, we talked a lot about the many projects that are going on in the city of Grand Rapids, and that's Kent County. What I liked was that they seem to be spending the people's money wisely. As you'll hear, one of the projects converted a truck parking lot to a riverfront amphitheater. That sounds like a good use of government spending. We talked about a new soccer stadium, too. The city expects that stadium will be a factor in creating more housing. So, two good projects right there. Overall, the city and the county is improving the waterfront region and expanding it and making it more accommodating to the public. Again, good use of government dollars. And here's the best part. The residents had a chance to weigh in on the various projects, and the consensus seems to be that the people are behind it. So good government on many levels. Good projects, but also good input from the public. And that's good government all around. Discover how leading government and education organizations are revolutionizing their operations through cloud-powered transformation. Join Amazon Web Services at AWS Imagine for Education, State, and Local Government in Chicago on July 29th and 30th for an immersive exploration of public sector cloud solutions. Experience hands-on technical demonstrations, participate in over 20 specialized sessions, and collaborate with over 500 industry leaders. Envision what's possible for your organization. Register now at aws.amazon.com/government-education/imagine, and we'll see you in Chicago. Welcome to the Good Government Show, the voice of public service. I am here with Walter Bujak, the Kent County Commissioner in Kent County, Michigan. Welcome to the Good Government Show. Nice to have you.
Thanks, David. It's a great opportunity to be here at NACo this weekend. We got sunshine, 60 degrees today, and happy to be here.
Yes, we are having a good day here in Washington, D.C. It is, I think, March 1st, so we actually have a nice sunny day. We talked a little bit before we started this interview, and it seems as though you're spending a lot of the county's money, but you seem to be spending it well. Now, you just ran through a litany of things that you did. So tell me what you're building and what you've built.
Yeah, so we live in West Michigan. Kent County has in it the city of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And Grand Rapids, Michigan is probably one of America's best kept secrets. I think I just gave it away. So for those that don't know, never been to Grand Rapids, it's a very dynamic community, very growing community. We have 660,000 people in Kent County. And Kent County as a government works great collaboratively with the city of Grand Rapids. And so we have invested in many infrastructure projects together along with privatization companies and also the philanthropic community that we have. So we're very, very blessed.
So let's talk about some of the things you've spent money on. I think the first thing you mentioned is a soccer stadium.
Yeah, so last year, the city of Grand Rapids bonded to build a soccer stadium right downtown.
Who is the soccer stadium for?
For soccer.
No. What teams? I mean, do you have a professional team coming in?
No, we don't have a team.
If you build it, they will come?
We build it, they will come. I think soccer as a sport in the United States is now catching up with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And the city of Grand Rapids looked at this opportunity and said, hey, there's a lot of cities our size that have built soccer stadiums. I think there's one in Columbus, Ohio. And it just seemed like a good fit for what they were trying to do.
Was it a hard sell to spend the money to build a stadium?
No.
Oh, good.
And we have a private sponsor, the Amway Corporation. The Amway Corporation's name will go on the stadium.
Good.
And
So you already sold the naming rights?
They partner with the county and the city, and we're looking forward to it. I'm excited for all the soccer enthusiasts in the region that will be coming there.
Are you a soccer player yourself?
No. I'm a football, not the football, a football fan myself.
American football.
Yes.
And you also talked about the fact that you spent a lot of money in your building an amphitheater.
Yes, we're building.
Tell me about this.
A beautiful amphitheater right on the Grand River, and that is a project, again, being done by the city of Grand Rapids, but we at Kent County government are also partnering with the city of Grand Rapids, and it's a beautification project of land that was currently used by the city of Grand Rapids for their public works. So they were like parking a bunch of trucks and vehicles there on this beautiful property right next to the river. So they decided to repurpose that property and put in a beautiful amphitheater right downtown, right on the river. It's going to be called the Acrisure Amphitheater. And so Acrisure is the private partner along with philanthropic investors and King County and the city of Grand Rapids. That project broke ground in 2024, and it's got the superstructure currently up, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And they anticipate opening in May of 2026. So I'm looking forward to going to the first concert there myself.
Anything booked yet?
No, not that I'm aware of. But I'm a music enthusiast myself. So you can bet that as a county commissioner, if they give me an opportunity to be there for the first concert, I certainly will be there.
All right, good. Do you play music? Do you play?
Yes, I'm actually a singer-songwriter myself.
Are you?
And so I've been playing music since I was a kid. Fortunately,
are they going to book you at the amphitheater? Have you got a chance?
No, I'm not quite. I haven't run my, what do they call it? One-hit wonder. I'm not a one-hit wonder yet.
Not yet. So you're building an amphitheater.
Yes.
You've built a soccer stadium. Yes. What else have you built?
Well, we have a zoological park. It's called John Ball Zoo. And the zoo is a regional zoo just growing by leaps and bounds. So we just approved a master plan for the zoo, which includes the increase in the size of the parking, which is needed because so many people are coming from the region that the growth required improvement to the infrastructure for parking. But we also are putting in new exhibits, which will include a giraffe. We just did a $9 million exhibit for a baby hippo. So we're definitely expanding our zoo, and it's just a great asset to the community and many people using that. So
a zoo, an amphitheater, and a soccer stadium. You've got three things coming in. What else?
Well, we have the Grand Rapids Public Museum, which is located right downtown on the Grand River. And the riverfront was never really fully utilized with the museum. So we have a $50 million update to our Grand Rapids Public Museum. And the intent of much of the exterior update is to make the river accessible to all people, including those with disabilities. So right now, though, trying to get down to the river is somewhat trepidatious, treacherous, but they plan on putting all kinds of accessibility for fishermen and people, and they're going to put like outdoor classroom areas along the river so that the inner city kids can come in and actually get classes related to the History Museum and do that outdoors. So a beautification of the riverfront, including exterior lighting on the museum, which we currently don't have. So the architects of this upgrade have spent time at night, trying to envision what that museum could look like with accent lighting at night. So it's going to just look beautiful when it's done. So
sort of like the Empire State Building in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of cities,
but different.
A lot of cities have recognized that they have architectural features that, have been hidden. And by putting
is the museum an architectural wonder, marvel?
Not really, but actually
we're going to make it that way.
Yeah, we have a carousel with what do you call it? Ponies, horses, horse carousel for kids that is on the exterior of the museum. And it's kind of it is an attractive feature, and they want to make that more accessible. And so
you're investing a lot of county money and public money in stuff that's not life or death. Zoos, soccer stadiums, amphitheaters. How do you explain to the folks there that this is important stuff that we need to spend money on?
We look at it as an investment in our future because we're trying to attract businesses to come from all over the world to this particular region of Michigan. And the incentives are, having a lifestyle that young people who we're trying to attract will have opportunities to raise their families in a safe community and then have all these amenities. We've got a minor league baseball team, the Whitecaps, and a beautiful stadium. And by the way, we're expanding and growing the stadium. They're putting all brand new grass on the infields and they're adding
Did
more
you get a chance?
seating.
You're a county commissioner. Did you get a chance to throw out the first pitch yet?
No, and the county's not that's a totally privatized project. And the county's not involved in that particular project.
You
but
can still
again,
throw out the first pitch.
Still
you must know
another project going on in West Michigan in the Grand Rapids area that just shows the beauty of good government and well-managed government. Kent County is blessed in that we have triple bond rating. We're like in the top 1/3 of all counties in the United States as far as our ranking. We're ranked like 105 out of 3,069
Not
counties.
to brag, but we're doing good.
Not to brag, but we are doing good. And
so how are you able to spend this? I mean, you're talking about big projects that are important, not life and death projects, but you're able to finance these and still have a good bond rating and have a strong, financial structure for your county. How are you able to pull that off? Because this sounds like good government. We like that on the Good Government Show.
Yeah, we looked at increasing the hotel motel tax rate. And that's where the beauty of a lot of these projects comes. We had a tax rate of 5%. And we looked at other cities that are our size and expanding and growing and determined that there was the potential for an appetite to increase that from 5% to a maximum of 8%. And we put that forward as a referendum in the form of a millage to the voters. And they said that they wanted it. They wanted the soccer stadium. They wanted the outdoor amphitheater. And, there's a potential that we're going to put up an aquarium. We're talking about and thinking, trying to figure out, we're
going to add an aquarium to the mix.
Add an aquarium to the mix. So
are you spending the people's money wisely?
Absolutely. I very conservative commissioner. And you look at what's happening at the federal level in government and you hear about this project called Doge. I myself have gone to the county administrator and, have pressed him on this issue, asking about, what about our county? What about our, finances and expenses? Is there any fat? And our county administrator assured me that we are as lean as we can possibly be. We get exterior audits and interior audits every year. And that's how we maintain that triple bond rating, is by having good fiscal management. Our commissioners they ask a lot of tough questions, and we're very conscientious of the spending that's going on, and we try to do our best. It's not always easy and it's not always popular, but we do our best.
Well, you've got a zoo expansion, a new soccer stadium, you're building a new amphitheater, you're expanding on the town museum, you're increasing access to the river, all of these things, and you're still being fiscally responsible, and you're spending the people's money wisely. Is that all a good summation?
Yeah, and there's more. I didn't tell you
there's
about.
More?
Absolutely. We we value
we want to hear about good government
our
across the
public
board.
parks. So. Right now, we're partnering with trails in Michigan. There are a collaborative groups that are working to interlink trails.
Okay.
That go across the entire state.
Bike trails, walking trails?
Walking trails.
Yeah.
And so Kent County has invested heavily in its trails. Right now, we're building a walking bridge in the Ada Lowell area. It's going to be a pedestrian bridge that goes across the Grand Rapids so that we can connect two vital trails together, the White Pine Trail, and I'm not sure the other name of the trail. So again, investing in parks, because the people in Kent County have told us that parks are important to them. So that, and what else can I tell you?
Well, that's a pretty good lineup. So it sounds like you figured it out in Grand Rapids how to spend the money properly and wisely and still have money left over for the vital services you need.
Yeah, and I'm blessed. I moved into Grand Rapids from Ohio in 1985, and just seeing the transformational change there. Grand Rapids is just a great community, raise a family, and there's job opportunities there. And again, we're attracting businesses from all over the world, and we anticipate growth of at least 10% in the next 25 years. So we're looking at going from a population of 660,000 to 750,000.
Yeah.
And with that comes all the problems of growth.
But you're planning for growth, correct?
We're planning. We're planning expansion of the sheriff's department, because along with all that growth comes increased crime and increased needs for advocacy for youth that are troubled. And so all those programs, and Kent County's been very, very generous and very good with our veterans program. We highly value the service of our veterans. So we have a very, very robust and active veterans program at Kent County.
So you figured everything out in Grand Rapids. You've got government down. You figured it out.
I'd like to think that we're good government, and the fact that I'm sitting here on your show means something, I guess.
All right. Well, we're going to find out what you really think of government after this. The Good Government Show is sponsored by Our. That's OUR for Our Community. Get involved. We hear that all the time from government leaders. Our co-brands with your government's name and logo. Your staff and the people you serve are connected and part of your community. From any device, your members provide reliable data and meaningful feedback. Ask a question like, do we want more parkland or better homeless services? More engaged conversations come through the Our app. Visit Ourco, that's OURCO.com, and book a demonstration.
These are difficult times, and if you believe in justice, progress, and democracy, the news you read and listen to can be pretty depressing. And that's why there's a new podcast called Good News for Lefties and America. Every day it features positive news stories for progressive listeners, because no matter how disturbing the headlines might be, there's always hope we can build on for a better tomorrow. Good News for Lefties and America. Listen on this platform at goodnewsforlefties.com or wherever podcasts are heard.
All right, so here we are. We're talking with Walter Bujak, County Commissioner from Kent County. That's Grand Rapids, Michigan. All right, this is the hardest question. After this, they're all easy. What is good government?
Good government is good politics. And what does that mean? That means that the people who are involved, all the commissioners and also the city commissioners, individuals willing to sit down together at the table, no matter what the difference is, politically, party affiliation, etc., and being willing to negotiate. Politics is all about negotiation. You aren't always going to get what you want, but you can always negotiate. And I think good government is being able to have a cohesive working group that isn't going to be yelling or screaming at each other, but sitting down and looking at the hard facts and making decisions that are in the best interest of the people. So I think we have that in Kent County, and we have shown that we can work collaboratively as county commissioners, and we are getting the job done.
If people are frustrated with government, what would you like them to do?
Get involved. I always tell people, if you don't like the government, then you need to get in there and change it yourself. Get involved.
Is that how you got involved? You didn't
Absolutely.
like what was going on and said, I can make a difference?
Absolutely. I started as a township trustee and a township planning commissioner in Caledonia, Michigan, and then realized that, the skill set that I achieved at the township level would be useful at King County. And when they did redistricting in 2020, there was an open seat in my district. And I knew I had the skill set, and I was invited to come along for the ride, and it was probably the best decision I've ever made. It's been a good ride so far.
So we are the Good Government Show. We are the voice of public service. What drew you to public service? What made you decide you wanted to get into this?
Well, actually, when I first started in government, I had concerns that were environmental concerns. I live on the Thornapple River, and in Kent County, with the expansive growth that we've been experiencing, there were some negative impacts to the river. Businesses were developing in southeast Kent County and not using best practices in their development processes, allowing sediment to escape from their development projects, and it was negatively impacting the Thornapple River. And you could see it every time it rained, the river would turn into chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And I said, what is the source? What is the source? And I actually got my boots on and a machete knife and went back into the
source
and found the source.
Okay.
And it was poor business practices, in development. And we made changes in Caledonia, and we began inspecting projects to make sure that the developers were putting in, proper remediation to keep the soil on their construction projects, basically put it in silt fences and making sure that they worked.
You saw what was going on. You didn't like it. You worked for a solution, and then you got involved.
Right. And
good story. That's great. Who's your political hero? Who inspires you?
My political hero
Yes.
would probably be Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
I'm a Ronald Reagan guy.
You are, huh? Okay. So now that you've been county commissioner and you served on other boards before that, what would you like people to know about government from an inside point of view that they probably don't know?
I don't know. I've had a personal policy that I've used, and it's been effective as a county commissioner. These are the 5 policies that I follow. I ask questions, I investigate, I verify, I double verify, and I trust no one. And what does that mean, trust no one?
Yeah.
It's the political climate that we live in. I think Americans everywhere have some level of distrust for public policy.
Well, we're trying to change that.
And we're trying to change that. And how do you do that? It's just
I think you produce a podcast show called The Good Government Show, and you bring people on like yourself who can say, here's what we do.
One day at a time,
yeah.
One decision at a time, and you win one heart at a time. You get out and talk to the people, find out what they think, and then bring those concerns back to your government. And that's what representatives are supposed to do.
What's the best part of your job?
Talking to the people.
What's the hardest part?
The hardest part is decisions that will cause conflict, in a bipartisan arena.
Did you always think you were going to get into public service? Did you think this was, were you president of your high school class?
No. I think I got involved simply because I saw that there was a need, and over time developed a skill set. It's hard being in politics, and you're going to have people that.
What's your background? What did you do before?
I worked for GE Aviation as a software configuration manager.
All right. So nothing to do with government.
No.
All right. So here's the fun question. I've never been to Grand Rapids, although I have been to Michigan. I've had a coney in Detroit. I've had cherry pie in northern Michigan. What's the signature dish of Grand Rapids? Tell me about your town. Where are we going? What are we doing? I mean you for dinner. What are we doing?
Signature dinner.
Yes. What are we having?
Well, I'm kind of a poor guy myself when it comes to eating out. We've got great restaurants downtown.
Hey, if you want to make something at the house, that works.
I like going to Uccello's restaurant downtown. It's a pizzeria, and they've got an outdoor seating right on the plaza. So I would go down to the plaza and look for any restaurant that's offering outdoor seating and then take in the environment. I think the beauty of the city and the safety, it's an attraction, and I recommend any restaurant you find down there.
So what's the deal with Detroit pizza?
Detroit pizza. Oh, I love Jets pizza. Well,
Detroit pizza is a style, right?
It's a style. Yeah. It's thick. It's a thicker pizza, and it has this crunchy crust that you can only get out of Detroit.
So you talked about you live on a river, and you talked about river access. What do you do for fun? Do you get on the river?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a fisherman. I kayak, and I love tubing. Actually, I've got a pontoon on Saginaw Bay myself. That's where I spend my free time.
Nothing wrong with a pontoon on the bay.
A river advocate for sure. I'm on the Thornapple River Watershed Council. I've been on that for 27 years. So have a voice there in assuring that the river is, properly managed and maintained. And we've done really, really well with the river.
No, we're just talking about fun. So you get on the pontoon.
Yeah, pontoon.
All right.
Yep.
All right, so this is the Good Government Show. We always bring it back to good government. Tell me about a good government project that you've worked on that was successful, that you're proud of.
The Acrisure Amphitheater.
And
that because I'm a musician, was excited to see, that opportunity come to Grand Rapids. And
when does it open?
I think May of 2026. So,
it's going to be a while.
Yeah, just... maybe 2025. It might be.
We're in 2025.
It looks like a year away.
A year away.
No, it is 2026. We're a year away.
You're a year away.
Yep.
So you're going to grab your guitar before it really opens and just get on the stage and go, yeah, I played here.
Yeah, I wish.
All right. Well, listen, Walter Bujak, a Kent County Commissioner from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Thanks for being on the Good Government Show.
Sure, David. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you. And listen, keep spending the people's money wisely. It sounds like you are.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
County government affects more people than any other form of government. That's why we like talking to so many representatives of county government here on the Good Government Show. They are the voice of public service. The National Association of Counties, or NACo, supports all 3,069 counties across the USA. This year, their annual conference is in Philadelphia in July. Plan to attend the conference and join them in their efforts to bring good government to America's counties. Check out the details at NACo.org. That's NACo.org. After you get done with this episode, hear more good government stories with our friends at How to Really Run a City. Former mayors Kasim Reed of Atlanta and Michael Nutter of Philadelphia, and their co-host, journalist and author Larry Platt, talk with guests and other mayors about how to really get stuff done in cities around the nation. Check them out where you're listening now or through their nonprofit news site, thephiladelphiacitizen.org/podcasts. An investment in the future. That's how Kent County Commissioner Walter Bujak sees the money being spent. A soccer stadium, a new outdoor theater, expanding park trails. All good projects that improve the quality of life for the people of Kent County and Grand Rapids. Sounds like good government is moving forward there. The people of Grand Rapids say the parks are important to them, so the people are indeed getting what they want. And here's something I really appreciated. We talked about good government, and Walter Bujak said, well, the fact that I'm sitting here on your show means something. It does. It means good government is alive and well in Grand Rapids. Well, that's our show. Thanks for listening. Please like us and share us with your friends and review us right here where you're listening. And check out our website, goodgovernmentshow.com, for extras. Help us keep telling stories of good government in action everywhere. Join us again for another episode right here. I'm Dave Martin, and this is The Good Government Show. The Good Government Show is a Valley Park production. Jim Ludlow, Dave Martin, that's me, and David Snyder are the executive producers. Our show is edited and produced by Jason Stershic. Please subscribe, then share us, and like us and review us. That's the best way to make sure we're able to keep telling these stories of our government working for all of us. Then listen to the next episode of The Good Government Show.